Hello there, my cosmic kittens and planetary puppies of those who identify with the divine feminine vibe. Though this is always energy, never gender. I'm back with your forecast for the week ahead, though this is timeless. So when you find this, there's definitely something here for you, okay? Everything you need to know about me down below in the description box below. Let's get to it, shall we? Divine feminine. Remember, take resonates, put you out the rest. And if you have cards, pull along with me. That way you can tap into these energetic influences for this coming week ahead for the divine feminine, and you can see how they will be influencing areas in your life. Okay. This is interesting because this is a main influential energy dominating all of the collective. Okay. Truth. The truth can be painful, especially when we starts accepting and opening and allowing ourselves to see truths that maybe we've been denying, maybe we've been in the know about. Okay, maybe we're dreading hearing truths from others. The last 2 to 3 weeks we've been all getting hit hard, whether you've been doing the work or not. All the work that we've been doing, all these things we've been experiencing since last year is bringing us to this final face-off with we have one big root, but we had to get rid of all the stuff around it that was kind of protecting it so it could stay put. That which rules our past behavior responses and actions that we learned, that we know now isn't really us. It was outside influences. Now, here we are with the truth. But you know what's really interesting? The truth will set you free. I kid you not. This is why. Releasing you from guilt, blame, regrets. This is huge. It could be stuff you've been carrying for years, and maybe things outside, it's like indirectly hitting. For some of you, some of it's direct, but it's all geared to get that out. There's this shift that happens when you finally sit down and allow and accept truths of change. Things are happening no matter what you do. They're going to happen because Spirit is moving everybody in the direction they need to be. Whether people are leaving, like moving physically, or passing. And some people may have had a heads up about it and just didn't want to, no, we can do this, we can do it. Immediately going into savior mode. I'm here to save the day. But only finding roadblocks, detours, straight up wall. This isn't yours to fix. You can be there when called. But this is literally releasing all control aspects. Spirit is definitely showing us all in the physical plane that no matter what we try to do, things are going to go in the direction they're destined to go. But there's this release that's happening. Release from guilt, blame, regret, anger, pain that comes with truth. Okay. Some people will reach this over the weekend, and you should be feeling that release energy. The release energy as you feel like you're back to normal. Your mind is quiet. It's just all of a sudden, it's like, even if you've been whirlwind spinning nonstop for the past 2 to 3 weeks, now all of a sudden it's peace. It started creeping in yesterday for me as I came to my allowing and acceptance of truth on a Friday. And what a blessed thing it is. You feel so light. Now, you'll see Spirit's going to very plainly show everyone. Okay? Divine feminines. Those of you who've been doubting, started to give up, losing faith, struggling to keep the faith. It's like you're going back and forth, wavering. That does not mean you are off path. That does not mean you are a failure. That there is challenge there. You know what's right. You know what works. You were in it last year. Towards the end of the summer, you felt stronger, you felt more clear. And now that you maybe you saw the past behavior patterns and where they came from and how they ruled you, and now you're like, no, I'm not doing that anymore. And then here we are now. Fast forward to, January, February, March, February being the big kicker. And the beginning of March being driving things home. Like, this change is coming. Change is here. And fighting it with tooth and nail and going back and forth, as we get little blessings like, okay, now you can put that down, but then somebody sends a message, a trigger again. But once we accept and allow these changes are happening, we get the sweet, blessed release, peace of mind. We could sleep. Blood pressure's going down. Our body's starting to relax. We can eat better, right? Because it's really hard to focus on yourself when we got all this stuff going on. We're like a washing machine right now that's stuck on spin. And no matter what we do, we can't get it to stop except for the one obvious thing. Unplug it. But if I unplug it, blah, 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 all this stuff happens. But we do have the power to do that. It can feel like you don't. And it's different for everyone. That's why some of you, the truths that are coming out this week is basically geared to help you to unplug that spin cycle. So we are going to see out of this, once we release, a new beginning somewhere. For some, it could be multiple new beginnings. It could, whatever you are fearing that's happening, no matter, you're spinning, but this could happen, maybe you want to be preventive. Maybe it's like your kids or, your family member, and you're trying to no, I wouldn't do that, blah, blah, blah. And they're just going on as they're going on. There's nothing there to do. Believe it or not, the change that they are making, or whatever changes you're fearing, once you allow and accept it, there's a new beginning. And for some of you, it's going to be multiple coming out of what just releasing the changes that are going on indirectly. The worry, the stress, the regret, the guilt, This is the biggest one. This is huge. This is the root, what we're dealing with, how we are mentally handling these changes. And it's like, I did all the work and now I'm here and now it was for nothing. No. Because we've had pockets of clarity come in, haven't we? Maybe we couldn't hold on to it, but it was there. And that's where we could really get in there and do our work. So little by little, we were literally chipping away at this. And once we get to that state where we allow and just go, you know what? I allow it. I accept it. I release. Everything starts flowing around you, to you, through you. And this is a dual energetic influence. We have union, new unions, meeting new people. Like the divine, the way these are kind of mirroring the divine masculine too is pretty interesting. This is talking about union with people who are like-minded, kindred spirits. I mean, people that are definitely in your matched, aligned energy. Okay. For some of you, you might finally meet your person, meet your divine counterpart. Okay. The new beginning also talks about union with who you really are, your true self. Okay. Feeling one again, feeling whole again. Because this is enough to split us into like multi-dimensional creatures. Oh my God. All representing fear-based feelings, and thoughts. All right, Spirit, let's spin it with some PHANTOMWISE Tarot, please, and thank you. 6 of Wands in reverse. Okay. So a lot of the Divine Feminine Collective aren't feeling very victorious, okay? Maybe you felt like you lost a battle and you're coming home just like, I'm trashed, I'm just upside down, about this. You feel like you lost. You lost the battle. Maybe you were trying to keep somebody from leaving. Maybe you were trying to prevent someone doing something that was going to create a major change. You were triggered to all ends. But they're trying to do what they feel best for them, good or bad. It's about letting go and allowing. You could be there and support them when they ask for it, but it's about relinquishing control over change. Okay? You may not feel like you're victorious, but you actually are. Sometimes it's not about winning the battle. Okay? And that's what it feels like we've been doing. We have been fighting and fighting against the changes we are seeing in the physical plane. These are happening. This isn't things that are being talked about. These are things where we are seeing firm steps taken in front of us. Whether direct or indirect, the indirects really seems to be hitting the divine feminine and the collective as a whole hard. No, we don't want that. What about me? What about me? Well, you know what? That has to go. They have to go because they've got stuff coming in wherever they're going. Okay. But so do we. Look at boom. I'm telling you. We may not be feeling this now. It's like the last thing I want to hear about my divine counterpart. They can kiss my butt. I think they're gone. You know, they don't exist. I get it. But there are people just like us out there that we are going to be coming into union with. And most importantly, coming into union with the self. Okay? We are not... This was never about a battle. This wasn't about... acknowledgement of how great we are. Look how we swooped in. We're the heroes. We saved the day. No, that's not what all of these changes that are incoming. Some of them have happened to some, but the messed up part is a lot of us are seeing or hearing about these changes coming up. And instead of going, okay, we have time to prepare and be appreciative of each moment while that's still there, okay? We're stressing out about, trying to figure out how am I going to save this? I got to fight. I've got time to fight. Keep them from doing whatever, leaving or whatever it is. We're exhausted. We're burnt out. It's like, why bother? But once the smoke clears, and I mean the smoke, the fogginess in our heads, and we clear and get honest, and I guess we have to mentally give up on that which we've been fighting. This is a big one. It's very painful. Yes, of course it hurts. Yes, of course it's so painful. It's heartbreaking. Trust me when I tell you, I'm right there with you. That's why I couldn't get the divine masking up last week. But then I just accepted and allowed. And I allowed myself to be sad. And but once I did that, I could start understanding and seeing things so much more clearly without my bullshit. My fear-based bullshit behavior, response, whatever, getting in my way. And I'm at peace with it. And not because I knew something's coming. Something new. It's because I was fighting something for my own selfish needs. Loneliness. That's one of the major things that's driving people to battle. So, what do we have in our corner? Strength. We have this beautiful, strong energy coming in to support the strength needed, the courage needed to face these. And don't be hard on yourself. Do not be hard on yourself, okay? We were working shit out still. We're working out the last of the trauma stuff coming up from previous experiences of changes we see almost mirrored to the letter. Like, looking over my life over decades, okay? all the traumatic experiences that I had incurred from childhood to adulthood, all wrapped up in a situation going on right now. That was a lot. Seeing it all, going, oh my God. But I had the courage to understand why that was happening, why it was mirroring every single thing in one little package. Why? I understood that. As soon as I sat down and started being honest and talking to myself, why am I fighting this? Be honest, why? And it was all fear-based answers. And you know what, though? I will tell you this, that release is sweet. I was able to put everything down. Guilt, blame, regret, grief, heartbreak. I was able to put it down. And I could breathe for the first time in about 7 months. Yeah. Strength really is important to be strong, but it's not reliant on just the physical body. It has to come from within. Not ego. From knowing who you really are and knowing your worth and understanding and accepting that in order for us to evolve or move forward or to receive things, there has to be change to bring that in. And it takes an immense amount of courage to allow that. And Spirit's blessing us with this very energy, very strong, to help us. And we will be there for this. All right. Queen of Swords. On top of that, logical, clear-headed, clear-minded. I just felt like this energy is representative of coming in and just that with that sword, just jamming it down in our heads and going like, silence, huh, and everything goes. And then she says, now look at this, logically, realistically, and emotionally detached. Now what do you see? This is going to be a mind blower for a lot of people. When you guys see that even though maybe these changes that are happening are just like, bringing up a lot of trauma, but once you get the brain out of it, tell it to be quiet, and you can actually take a look at the situation, you're not only going to see reasons why, to let go and allow and accept. However, you're also going to see how it mirrors trauma situations in your life before, things that you've gone through before. You're going to be there. You're going to show up when they ask you. That's all we're supposed to do with these situations. I mean, we're not being heartless and cold. Some of us don't know what are we supposed to do? Spirit, what are we supposed to do? Do we do this? X, Y, Z? Should I keep my mouth shut? Should I say something? What? Spirit's asking us to quiet that brain down and listen. You will know. It will be very obvious. If you are supposed to do something, Spirit's going to make it very obvious. But if you're not, you can put your mind to rest about it. And that's where guilt and blame but wait a minute, is it me or is this just bullshit? Am I just trying to stay out of it because I'm avoiding it? The spinning and confusion on that is a fear-based mechanism. It thinks it's protecting you, but it's really just messing us all up right now. We're stronger than that. We wield this sword. Think of the 8 of Swords where the woman is blindfolded and tied up loosely, okay? And she's surrounded by 8 swords. But there's a gap. I mean, they're loose. You can see them kind of tipping over. You can just, at any moment, you can just walk away. Okay. We have the Hermit, followed by the Knight of Pentacles. Okay, some people have been waiting. If you are in waiting mode, I'm trying to be centered and grounded. I'm right here. I have accepted and allowed, and here I am. I've seen what I need to see. I understand now my part and what I need to be doing here for myself right now. Just seeing everything clear, being open. For those of you who are in that phase, okay, during this time that it took for you to get here, now we have arrivals coming in the physical plane. It could be money. It could be a person. It could be a job. But something new. We did talk about union. Someone like-minded. I just heard an intrepid traveler. So somebody might have not have heard, or maybe that person said they were going to come from, maybe they're overseas or whatever, and they arrive. Then it's time to come out of that cave. For those of you who have been spinning and trying so hard to get a hold of, Spirit is going to come in and assist you. We all need help getting our brains to... Some of us are very, very blessed and lucky that we have that one friend who's going through the same thing. They can let it all out and let their mind, I call it the mind crazy, just spill out. Because in that, and then we go, oh, wait a minute, we get our epiphanies. We have somebody when we're in our worst mental state listening to the blather or the crazy that we're pouring out, our pain, and we're going back and forth and it's not making sense, blah, blah. And then, the other person comes in and goes, I hear you. And it sounds like, we can go in and go, but you only have to not XYZ times this plus the root of. It's simply X. And then when it's our turn to go off on our mental and emotional, spinning, verbal puking, that person's the one that comes in and says, I hear you. Oh, honey, I'm sorry you're going through that. I wish I could just reach in there and stop. However, you can always do this one thing and support each other. You don't have to take all that on. Lay some stuff down. I understand this, but you really don't have to worry about that. Let's put the focus over here. Not necessarily in that verbiage. But a lot of people are drawing together who can create a sacred space like that where you can do that. It just takes one friend. Because a lot of people are finally seeing truths about the people around them due to these maybe traumatic or upheaval type of situations going on around us. We are seeing people's true nature. It always comes out when there is crisis. And that's breaking hearts around the world. Even though you knew, right? There's a little third eye nod right here. We knew, but now we're experiencing it. You may have been there. You may have blood, sweat, and tears moved mountains to help somebody. But now you are in crisis, someone who does not ask for help, and you just simply say one thing, and they're cold about it, or, oh, okay, and they're out. You know what I mean? Getting no response. Especially if you lost someone, and you live with them, and they don't offer anything. They don't say a word. They don't check on you. Talk about a stomach punch. But Spirit says all this is why, part of many reasons why these situations are happening now. Because we have to accept and allow the truth so we can be released. So we release ourselves from whatever our mental obligation or guilt or whatever it is. Okay, so we got new coming in. Solid. Long term, not going nowhere. Okay? Knight of Pentacles. Very slow moving. Very, very slow moving. We've been waiting for a long time for a lot of things to change. And people are like, well, I did all this stuff for myself and nothing's changed. Careful what you wish for. Because we got to get through this. It's here. But we have to get here. This is your power. This is your magic wand. Allowance and accepting of the truth. Seeing things exactly as they are. And not trying to do the whole, well, you know, I know they've been through it. No excuses. See it for what it is. Because that's exactly Spirit showing this to us in virtual physical reality. These people are who they are. They always have been. You know, maybe we made excuses. We try to be understanding, blah, 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 blah. And Spirit's like, yeah, they got it. It's over. This is holding you back from this. Denial, guilt, blame, fear of being alone. Okay? Some of the biggest fears, deeply rooted fears, are now coming to the surface. And one of them, being in the divine feminine, is fear of being alone. I said one of them. But Spirit says you're worth more than that. You deserve better. And it's coming. You just need to allow and accept. People, place, situations. Yeah. Okay. So, the Three of Swords. There's a lot of heartbreak. Some people, there's going to be pain when we finally face our truths and allow and sit down and go, okay, it's this. It's all going to come pouring out. That's a release. Okay. This is actually the truths coming out. Maybe some of you will find that there is a triangle. Cheating, lying, maybe finding out more than one person knew. The truth will be painful, but it will set you free. I know some of you are going, oh, fuck, because you knew. Well, unless I have facts. But they've been coming in. Heartbreak, heart pain, no matter what your situation is. Could be a loss of someone in the physical plane, you know. That heartbreak. But this is where people around us, outside of us, this is where we see true colors in times of grief. In times of tragedy, in times of crisis. And that's the Three Swords, Spirit says, represents betrayal, grief, loss. That's what we're all going through right now. But Spirit says, even though we're tired and we want to give up, we're tired now. We're right there. It's like, I don't want to do this again. I don't want to go one more round. I don't want to do one more thing. But Spirit says, oh no, you're getting the support. We're coming in. The Brotherhood card with the Nine of Wands. The Wounded Warrior. Through this, we will be healed. That's what Spirit just said to me. And don't worry about the rest. And here's the thing. For things that we've been working on and wanting to manifest, and all this shit keeps hitting us, it's all because it's almost like a higher power said, okay, you can have that which you are manifesting, but there's got to be freaking changes. A lot of people don't look at that. When you're really focusing on manifesting, we are manifesting mofos, okay? But the problem is what a lot of people don't consider. When manifestation, when you start that journey, shit has to change. You cannot manipulate what other people are going to do. You can't change. You know, Spirit can see it from a higher perspective. They see your destiny too. That's also in alignment with your soul purpose. Everything has to be in alignment. So massive changes have got to occur for you to manifest. Okay? There will be balance. There will be new things and new changes coming in. And for you to understand that what we've asked for, truly from our hearts, is coming. However, all this has got to go. And it all has to do with people outside of ourselves. Why are we truly hanging on to them? Why can't we let them go? No matter how crappy it is and how unfulfilling, even though we see it, we go, I'm worth more than this. Now it's time to take the steps. And here's the thing. when I was meditating and shuffling the Wisdom of the Oracle deck, this card had popped out front and center. Regeneration. New life. None of us are going to be the same. We are all changing, evolving. And that's okay, you know. I couldn't imagine going through this stuff like 3 years ago, as opposed to where I am now and where I was then. No. No. A lot of us right now, we're between worlds. We're like being squeezed through. Anybody seen the original Willy Wonka? What was that one? They were in the tunnel, right? When they got squeezed through. It's like, and then they popped out. It's like, no, what was it? They went through the water, the wash. Yeah. Sorry, guys, I'm channeling too, so I can't really articulate. I suppose I want to, but anyway. They went in one side and they got squeezed very slowly. But as they were coming out, they were dried, shiny, and beautiful. Okay? This is where we're at right now. We're being squeezed. Spirit's squeezing us like a diamond right now. Or like coal. We're being squeezed hard. Getting rid of all that crap, which hides our beauty from ourselves. Hides our true worth. Hides our confidence. You know, it's... all that darkness and stuff is being squeezed out of us. And when we pop out, we're going to be shining bright. Believe it or not. Okay? When we are regenerating, evolving up, if you will, as things that we want to manifest are starting to actually, appear now. Okay? That's where the new beginnings come in. Okay? We're all going to see something of something we want to manifest this week. Okay? Might be just a little, it's not a tease, it's not a carrot, it is an actual solid, this is where it starts. This is where it begins. Finally. Okay? But right now, there's still stuff that needs to go. And it all starts, and then we're squeezed through. We'll be completely out of that. Okay? Allowance. Allowing and accepting brings you that release forward. And I feel message in a bottle. Remember I was saying some truths were going to come to some people watching this video. I really feel very strongly that's going to be your sign, the allowance and acceptance to move forward. Other people, it's going to be the Knight of Pentacles coming in. We will all be getting signs in the physical plane in some way, shape, or form. As long as this occurs, we're going to be, it's not rewarded. I mean, this is what we're worth. This is ours. We need to quit giving our shit away to people who ain't around or don't care or won't give us what we seek because they don't have it. They're not meant to. We have that. We do. Lots of communication coming through for the Divine Feminine this week. A lot of support. There we are. Get through this. This is where, for people who've already been through this and are feeling that release, are able to relax. Okay? You're able to relax and rest, and your mind's not spinning. We're poised. We're good. Enjoy, and relax, and focus on you now, taking care of you now. And don't worry. Spirit's going to definitely let us know when it's time to get moving. Make sure you get your rest. Make sure you're pampering yourself in some way, shape, treat yourself, you know. You got to come first. Take care of you right now. As you're clear enough to see it, clean your house. Go shopping, to give yourself a pedicure. Go get one. Get your nails done. Get your nail done, girl. So in this space, for those of you who are here, we need to be there and enjoy every second of it. We need that rest because what's coming is going to be, we're going to be like off and running. It doesn't feel like it now. I know. A lot of people are like, yeah, whatever, bullshit. Well, you know what? Bullshit you. Truth. Acceptance. Release. Easier said than done, I know, but you do have the support around you. At least one friend. If not, you can always message me. All my information is down below in the description box below. You are not alone, Divine Family. Your spirit guides and guardian angels are probably they're going to be manifesting more in the physical plane to let you know they are with you. I know a lot of people are starting to report, was that this one? Does this, that? It smelled like this. Do not ever doubt your intuitive hits. They are there. Your prayers are being heard. And they are showing you signs of physical plane. If you're wondering, was that them? Whoever just asked that, watching this video, yes, it was. And there's a lot more to come. We're going to get through this, Divine Feminine. And remember, everybody's in on this, including me. I shouldn't say in on it, but going through this too. But I will tell you this once, because I did it. Once I did it, and now I can see clearer. And it feels good. On that note, guys, thank you so much for your support. If I drive with your vibe, please like, share, and subscribe. I do appreciate that so much. I'm always grateful you guys are out there. Did you keep me going? This is my life's work. And thank you for supporting me doing it. Because right now, out of all the times, dips and darkness I've had to prevail through, this is when I need it the most. And thank you for allowing me this. Take care.